Wait. This is not take great. I'd been right all along.
Okay, go back.
Another coded message.
So that'll reset the puzzle, but we know that we have Yamada, Arno, and Yamada. So that one was the A. Do you want me to do it?
Okay. So it's Arno and Yamada. So
yep, that's what I figured too. Arno. So that's the A. And then we just know that based on the symbol that we found in the first message, that's an R. And then the W looking one is an N. And that S is an O. And that the U is a D, and that the 5 this one is a Y, and that this one is an M. Plantard. That's what I'm going to guess. I'm guessing that's plantard. And so this one right here is a T. Right? Did I do the right one? Hold on, did I do the wrong one? Oh, it's this one. This one is a T. Because we know that the word, I believe the word is plantar. So Pierre. Okay, so I'm going to guess that's Pierre, which means that this one with the upside down N is an E. And this one with the U is an I. Okay, so Plantard, Pierre killed. Look at Imelda. Imelda is involved. That is a. This one is K. Followed trail from murder. Plantard, Pierre killed. Murder must have followed trail from. Okay, so this. Look at all the work I'm doing. He's gone. Must. And that one is, push it back a little bit, otherwise it will come over the stream because of the loudness of it. Have. And this one is V. Vigilant. Is that V or U? Hold on.
That one, I think it might be
V. Okay, and vigilant. I saw that word.
Followed.
That's followed. And then this one is W. Come. That's C. B. That was the BE. I like these kind of
Plantard.
names.
Pierre killed. Murderer must have followed trail from Arno and Yamada. He will come for us now. We must be vigilant. Thierry's girl broke into Pierre's safe. She worries me. Imelda. So much for Imelda's innocence. Plantard was working for her and for Canchon.
When I
But
saw
why
the
did
word,
Plantard want to meet? Was it a trap? Or maybe he was in too deep and needed me to tell the story, whatever the story was. One thing was clear. It was a story worth killing for.
Okay, That's what the apostrophe was for. It actually was part of the word. Spacing. The spacing was really weird.
Okay. Okay, cool. I love those kind of puzzles. They're complicated, they're hard, but if you start finding like patterns, and yes, sometimes the A and the E, I always go the A, E, I, O, T, R, S, and N, like you
Wheel
do
of
on
Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah. Have you read the story Goldbug by Edgar Allan Poe?
No.
Okay. You should read that if you like that, because he has a similar cipher and it does talk a lot about that. He just goes through the cipher, and because it's in English, so he just kind of takes a look at what's the most common letter. Okay, it's probably E. If you find like 3 letters, especially if it's like repeated, it might be the word the. Look for any short letters, especially if they're by themselves. And that's generally A or I.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm going to go to the bathroom, the little streamers, and I will be right back. And feel free to move
Bio
forward.
break.
You got the helm.
Okay. Save time. Okay, 20%.
It was a brandy bottle. It was a brandy bottle.
It was correct.
Some journalists drink on the... The artifact had a sword laid across scales, the scales of justice. I wondered if this connected to the room at the quayside.
Hey, what about my photos?
Oh, of course. How could I forget?
Well, I'm waiting. Get your camera out.
Camera. Oh, I forgot. It broke.
Hello. They should never send a woman to do a man's job.
Well, this woman had fooled him easily and found the evidence the police had missed.
Okay, Chloe.
The strange metal artifact had pointed back to the key.
Yeah, that's the wrong one.
We go back here.
Yeah, it pointed to the...
I'm gonna have to break the eardrums. Hopefully, the bag of chips.
A rough hole was...
Hopefully, we don't have to redo the puzzle again. We do have the cylinder, I guess.
The slab was too heavy for me to lift.
Okay, we're good. Okay.
I wasn't going to find anything in this old desk. It hadn't been used for years. The desks were covered with a layer of dust.
Put one in back.
The flags had faded, but their message was still pretty clear. Fascist regalia, a message
What
of
did it bring us
hate.
here for? That's where we
A
found the
gaping,
first cipher.
drawless void. The draw had come out easily enough, but wouldn't fit back into place.
Hey, when that happens, what about under this? Something for her to look at, but she's clicking on it.
The artifact had a sword laid across scales, the scales of justice. I wondered if this connected to the
Oh,
room
okay,
at
so
the
that's what brought
quayside.
us here. Is there scales there? What about the back one? Or is any of them missing?
The flags had faded, but the fascist.
Aren't you gonna go and shrug?
The flags had fascist regalia.
Oh, I got something over here though.
Yeah, that looks like it might go there.
Lady Justice stared out from
There
a
you
stone
go.
door,
That's
which
better,
was
right?
locked and reinforced with steel bands. A slot next to the safe. It was like being back in kindergarten. All I needed now.
Well, I believe we found our shape. Ta-da.
Plantard's key fitted the lock, so he must have used this place too. A photograph had been torn up.
Is the other part, the other half.
If I could just arrange the pieces.
Fine, lots of time. I watched Uther put together a puzzle on Resident Evil last night. Maybe it's this piece right here. See how it's got that little hump? That piece, we move it down, and then maybe it's that piece right there that's the bottom of the photo.
What?
See the little hump? The little hump? Sort of, but it didn't lock in. It should lock in. Maybe pull it up, maybe it'll lock in.
Nope. I see it.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Okay. So is there another one? Yeah, that's where I would go next. I'd build a guy. Looks like part of the eye. I bet we're gonna find out that's my dad. Like I said, it's been a long time. Million video games later. Can you rotate pieces? Maybe if you take this piece and put it down there with the face, it'll connect easier.
Oh my god. It can't be.
Yeah. That's what I think. These two pieces go together, and what that other piece is. But I think you can start pulling it in here, because remember, it's only half of the picture.
Okay, there might be some extra pieces there.
I think you're not quite locked into the bottom one piece either. I don't know if it's making a difference.
Oops, yeah, that's not right.
No, that's not right. Extra little That's alongside the base. Maybe that piece is just not pulled down enough. Hang on, hold on. Move that piece. Yeah, and now that piece should fit.
There was no doubt about it. It was a picture of my father. Papa, oh God. After what I'd gone through, I thought I could face anything, but not this. My father, the one person in the whole world who I truly admired, standing with Crachon while those murderers carried on with their evil work. My father, grinning at the camera. I couldn't believe it. I realized that I desperately needed to get to the bottom of this story, and that I really needed George.
How come she really needs George?
Is there anything else, or was it just that picture?
That was all. You just had to find that picture. Yeah.
Hope you got all your stuff back.
I imagine he's gonna show up, you know, for his meeting. So far, so good. Not so hard to do the puzzles. Well, hold on. Let's talk to the woman. Because you know me. Hi, I'm George Stoddard. You don't know me, but...
Oh, hi.
Bonjour, monsieur. Would you like me to foretell your future?
No thanks.
I'm very good. It only takes a minute.
Thanks all the same, but I'm not superstitious. Besides, if it only takes a minute, that's not much of a future to look forward to.
Do anything about this clown nose?
Do you recognize this nose?
No, monsieur.
What can you tell me about this tissue?
Nothing.
I think I just saw Optimus Prime driving in the background.
I have my panty stuff now. It's gonna be this nasty tissue.
What can you tell me about this material?
It's a very expensive piece of cloth, monsieur.
What do you make of this tool?
Is it something a dentist would use?
No, it's for raising manhole covers.
Formidable.
Okay. So She doesn't know a whole lot about much of anything. So much a fortune teller. All right, here we go.
Do you know a young woman called Nicole Collard?
Of course.
Yes, I do. She lives upstairs from me in the apartment block across the street. The door isn't locked, but you'll need to give it a gentle nudge. It sticks, you see, because of the damp. The landlord said he'd fix it before winter sets in. He's been saying that
Okay, let's-
for 3 years.
Just for the sake of saying that you really are just a creeper streeper, she just told you how to get it, that the door's not locked. How do you get
Maybe
it?
she just meant
Perhaps. But even so, it's a little told TMI.
How long has Mademoiselle Collard lived here?
A few months. She's in for a shock when the cold weather comes. Drafty windows, insufficient heating. It's a struggle to keep warm. The only reason I stay is because the rent is cheap. Your young lady, she deserves better.
And you can give it to
I
her.
thought Mademoiselle Collard was a successful photographer.
Not as successful as she makes out for all her fine clothes. Oh, I've heard her crying herself to sleep at night.
That's awful.
Now don't you let on that I've told you. She's proud, that one. Too proud, if you ask me.
Have you seen anyone out here watching Mademoiselle Collard's apartment?
Yes, I have. A strange man. Tall and thin as a broomstick. He kept his face hidden, but I saw his eyes peering from evil little slits.
How was he dressed?
A long brown raincoat with an hat.
Or like Humphrey Bogart?
Yes, but he didn't have Bogart's charisma. Besides, this guy looked like he needed a toilet. You never saw Bogart clenching his buttocks like that.
Be careful what you ask for there.
Is there anything else you can tell me about Mademoiselle Collard?
No, monsieur.
Okay, flowers.
Are the flowers for sale?
Oui, monsieur.
Okay. I'll take a bunch of those white ones.
I wouldn't do that if I was you.
No?
They are lilies, monsieur. Some people associate them with death.
Yikes. Thanks for telling me. What other flowers do you have?
Dahlias?
What do they signify?
Insecurity?
Really?
I don't want to give her
Haven't you
the
read that
wrong
book,
idea
Blue Dahlia?
about me. What about the tall
Black
yellow
Dahlia?
ones?
Those are iris, the flame of passion.
And the little yellow ones?
Sensuality.
Well, they're no use to me. I want to make an impression, not jump down her throat. I've changed my mind. Will you tell my fortune?
You're going on a long journey.
My, oh my. What a surprise. Can you tell me anything I don't already know? How does this fortune-telling routine work?
If I knew that, I wouldn't be selling flowers for a living.
Haven't you ever wondered why you were blessed with the gift?
Well, it's a bit like satellite television, I suppose. Some of us are born with a built-in receiver dish. I just happen to be one of the lucky ones.
Can you really foretell the future?
Only time will tell, monsieur. The strange thing is, I can't seem to see myself in the future. Other people, I have no problem. But when I try to see what might happen to me, nothing.
That must be scary.
Maybe. I figure it's a kind of natural safety mechanism. Either that, or I don't have a future.
Okay, well, we've talked to Matt and...
See you later.
That's right, monsieur. You will.
So, let's go upstairs now.
Remembering the flower seller's advice, I pushed the door gently just above the lock.
I wonder... We hadn't talked to her.
Hi.
Bonjour. I'm glad you could make it, monsieur.
Please, call me George.
Fine. I'm Nicole. Take a seat, George. Eh bien? And what have you been up to?
I've been exploring the sewers underneath the cafe.
I thought I could smell something bad.
The clown used the sewer to escape and to change out of his costume. I guess he was in a hurry. He left his jacket behind.
And?
I got his tailor's phone number.
You had better luck than I did.
Luck, she said. Luck. Hard work, I'd call it. What happened?
My editor told me to drop this story. Can you believe it?
But you're not going to do that.
Oh no. I'm going to find out what's behind these killings.
It just doesn't add up. It almost feels like some sort of conspiracy.
The police in 3 different countries have kept very quiet about the murders.
The press don't connect them at all.
They blame them on political, religious, or militant minority extremists.
Well, that covers just about everyone. Tell me more about yourself.
Tell me.
There's nothing much to tell.
Well, how'd you get into photography?
Tell me.
I guess I owe that to my father. He bought me my first camera. I was 8, and my parents had just split up.
Tell me anything.
Did you live with your father?
Yes. My mother went off with her new boyfriend. I didn't mind. Papa was all I needed. 4 years later, he died in a plane crash.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right. I don't mind talking about him. He was more like an older brother, really. Always joking and laughing. Papa always wanted me to study art. That's why I went to college.
Did you learn about photography at college?
God, no. I couldn't afford the materials. We were billed for everything we used. Paint, canvas, paper. Most of my year turned to minimalism. It was cheaper. I used to go poaching in the park for squirrel hair. The only time I wasn't hungry was the term I did printing. I used to eat the potatoes.
You're making fun of me, aren't you?
Oh, no.
Tell me more about the clown's previous victims.
The first was Arnaud Bellotta, the millionaire pharmaceutical baron. He made his money from amphetamines in the post-war slimming and diet boom. Imagine it, millions of housewives literally speeding their butts off. The only witness in the case was his Filipino au pair. She swears he was lured to his death by a snowman.
What about the clown's second victim?
Yamada, the controversial Japanese politician. He inherited his fortune from his father's electrochemical consortium.
How did he die?
At the hands, or should I say flippers, of a giant emperor penguin.
A snowman, a penguin, and now a clown.
I had been about to add mine to the list, but stopped myself. I really didn't want to have to explain to George about my father's involvement with Cauchon.
You know, I hate to admit it, but this is scary. And I'll tell you this, I will not be accepting any invitations to costume parties.
I don't blame you for being scared. I am too. But this story could be my only chance for a big break.
Or an early death.
Okay, let's start showing her stuff, right?
I found a piece of material near the cafe. When I showed it to the concierge, he recognized it right away.
It's very distinctive, all right. Just wait until you see this. I developed a film I shot at the cafe. Here, George. It's an enlargement I made. Look what that guy's wearing.
Checkered pants. The same material as I found in the sewer.
That's right. This guy shouldn't be difficult to find.
Oh no?
Take a close look at his right cheek.
A scar in the shape of a horseshoe.
Or a crescent moon.
This is the tool I used to get into the sewers.
Fascinating, George.
You're not interested, are you?
Oh, of course I am. I think it was very brave of you to go down those sewers.
Yeah? Well, it was kind of scary, but...
I love doing
Well,
Because
I had a
this
job to
for the
do.
Next few games, I'm all about clicking and re-clicking.
How come you enlarged this photograph of me?
Because I noticed the guy behind you, of course.
I found this false nose in the sewer.
Hey,
He
he's
was
having-
this inside it.
The contents of someone's nose?
Don't be cross, George. It says La Risée du Monde. Masks and costumes. It's a costume shop near the Gare Saint-Lazare.
I'll check it out. Maybe the owner remembers who hired the clown costume.
And of course. Hey, it might be an important clue.
I found this tissue down the sewer.
Disgusting, George.
No. I think the stuff on it is grease paint. Like
There,
actors
like
use
clowns,
or
see?
clowns.
It's still disgusting. Get rid of it.
So that's my panties one for this one. Just to show all of the, the pink panties. All right.
I have to go.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Oh, yeah, and you're out. Now this was clicking our inventory, but I guess it's just a...
It was Nico's photograph of the man we suspected of killing Plantar.
It was a metal rod with a handle at one end and a short crosspiece at the other. The nose was hollow. It was a
So we
bright
had
red.
seen that already. All right. Okay, so visit Nico in her apartment. Turns out her editor spiked her story. Seems some important guys are being assassinated by clowns and penguins while the police are keeping quiet about the murders. Not quite the vacation I expected. Nico's sharp. When I showed her the material that I found in the courtyard, she gave me a photograph that she took at the scene. It shows a man emerging from the courtyard wearing trousers made of the same material, and there's a scar on his cheek in the shape of a crescent moon. Inside the clown's nose, I found the name of the costume shop from which the clown suit was hired. Great leap. Know what you say? So now we also get the map of Paris so that we can go to Nico's place. There's the police office. There's where the cafe is. This is the clown area, I think. So I'm going to go there. Cool. I love the graphics. I love the bright colors and stuff. Lots to look at. So, here's your Larry all over again. For those who don't know, watch the VODs. Actually, I don't know if we got that one on VOD. Let's see. I guess we'll talk to this guy because there doesn't seem to be anything I can click on or look at.
Excuse me.
Bonjour, monsieur. Please, come in. Welcome. Leave the mundane world behind, for in these four walls, fantasy is king.
I don't want a costume.
Didn't you ever dress up when you were a child?
Not that I remember.
Incredible! You'll be telling me next that you never shared your elder sister's lingerie.
I don't have a sister, and I think I'd look pretty silly in a brassiere. I just need some information.
Of course. How can I help you?
It was my brother's, actually.
Have you heard of a man named Plantile?
I do not recall anyone of that name.
How about a creepy clown in a clown outfit?
I'm looking for a man who hired a clown costume from you.
Oui, monsieur. I do not see how I can help.
Don't you keep a record of costumes that you've rented out?
Of course, monsieur, but...
Well, then, I'd like to check your records. Give me the names of everyone who's rented a clown suit.
Impossible. There are too many.
Do I have the business card anymore? Alright, so... Of course.
What does this tool mean to you?
Nothing, monsieur.
How about this?
Do you recognize this man?
Oui, monsieur. I sold him some grease paint.
Okay, so this isn't so bad then, right?
Does this dirty tissue mean anything to you?
Let me smell that.
Okay.
Bestheimer's number 7 white pancake.
Theatrical grease paint, right?
Oui, monsieur. La crème de la crème of Thespian accoutrement.
Have you sold any of it recently?
Yes, 2 cans.
Okay. This guy?
Do you recognize this man?
Ah oui, he was here this morning. That is the man to whom I sold the grease paint. I remember the scar on his face. He chose 2 costumes. Bozo the clown and Seamus the pixie.
A pixie?
Very smart. Green silk with a taffeta lining. He gave me his name as Monsieur Khan.
Do you want this red nose back?
Not after it's been worn, thank you.
Okay. Well, we've been through our entire inventory and not a whole lot left to do here. Monsieur Khan. You did learn that.
Thanks for your help, buddy.
My pleasure, monsieur.
Allow me to shake you by the hand.
Huh? Well, okay. What are you trying to do, kill me?
You did not find it amusing?
I never saw the funny side of electroshock therapy.
Eh bien, it is yours to keep. A gift?
Nice, we get
Do I
to
need a
keep it.
license?
No, but I give you a word of warning, monsieur.
What?
Remember to switch it off before you visit the toilet.
Oh, I love the clever writing. It's just awful. I mean, awesome. Not awful, but awfully awesome. The guy in Nico's photograph, he bought a grease paint from the costume shop, rented 2 costumes. Seamus the Pixie and Bozo the Clown. Apparently, he called himself Khan, and I'm on the trail. So, save it as Bozo the Clown. Or call it Ringling Bay. What was it? It used to be Bozo the Clown was the WGN.
Yeah, it wasn't just Bozo's Circus or
Bozo
something.
Circus or something like that. Yeah. Okay. Well, there's nothing in here which would be fun. I would like to have had
Oh, wait.
them. Oh, hold on.
There's something.
It was an antique phonograph, the kind you have to wind by hand.
Even the cows dance. Alrighty then. Doesn't look like there's anything to click on. So let's head out. Okay, so now it's blackened, so we know we've been there. Okay, that's the cafe. We might find another clue there, and also the police.
Can you go back to Nico? Yeah.
Yeah, we can go to the
Maybe see if you
Jerry.
can go back in Nico's apartment.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
My name's George Stoddard. Oh. Actually, it's Stobart. All
The
right.
guy at the novelty shop gave me this.
What is it?
A hand buzzer. You put it in your hand and give people electric shocks.
Why?
It's a gag, a practical joke.
If you ever use it on me, I'll break your arm.
Okay. I get the picture.
But that's the only thing we have of any interest. No. That was it.
I have to go.
See you later.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Okay. Well, I think that, like, oh, by the way, was Seamus the Pixie. Thinking of
Oh, hi.
Tingle or something.
Bonjour, monsieur. How's your girlfriend?
She's not my girlfriend.
Maybe not yet, but I see your paths entwined in the future.
I doubt it. Would you like to shake my hand?
No, I wouldn't. I can see the future, remember?
I love it. I love it. You have to understand my sense of humor, people.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Oh, what a hunk.
He's a killer.
I can see that. His eyes stay tall.
All right,
See
I
you
didn't
later.
feel like
That's
she was
right,
going to
monsieur.
be useful, but maybe the waitress might know. We really haven't found her yet. Let's go back to the cafe. Oh, now it's blocked up and nobody can get in there. But there's this guy. The guy over here, he might have more information if we go through the sewer again. Because that's the only way to get in there is to go through the sewer.
The cover was too heavy and awkward to lift with my bare hands.
Well, you still have the tools, so maybe.
No, I'm thinking.
I lifted the cover to reveal what smelt like the entrance to a sewer.
Hey, that grease paint thing is gone now. We found the owner of the handkerchief. Actually, not the owner of the handkerchief. We found where the handkerchief belongs. Alright, let's go over here. So I've lost my little pink panties thing. I'll just show her the sewer cover until I can't show that anymore. Alright, hi buddy. Here
Hi
we
there.
are again.
Remember me? Ah, mais oui, Inspector. Have you found him?
Who?
The man in the sewer, of course.
I'm, sifting through the evidence.
Rather you than me, monsieur. So, when you are not exploring sewers, what do you do?
I take a lot of showers.
Oh, very good, monsieur. A policeman with a sense of humor.
Okay.
Hi there. Remember?
Ah,
Who?
the man in the...
I'm,
So,
I take... Hi there. Remember me?
Okay, that's it.
Who?
You can't show me.
the man in the...
I'm,
So,
I take a lot of showers.
I was hoping, but it's not like an
Try
option.
the go back. Try it.
Hi there. Remember?
Ah,
Who?
the...
I'm,
So,
I take a...
Joy buzzer on him.
Would you like to shake my hand?
Hi there.
No,
Who?
damn
the
it!
man in the...
I'm,
So,
I take a...
Alright, only if we can talk to him. Obviously, we can't talk to him. He's not why we are here.
You call Nico.
How about call the police? Or maybe we can call this guy and say, hey, we know you sold a suit. You can lie all you want, liar. We know.
Hello? Who is this? Mr. Todrick? Oh, it's you again. What now?
Guy with the scar.
The man I'm looking for is called Khan. He bought a suit from you, remember?
Mr. Khan. Yes, I remember him. Yes, I delivered the suit to his hotel.
Ooh, we got
the
a hotel.
Ubu. I don't remember the room number. It was upstairs. The second room on the right-hand side of the corridor.
Thanks, Todrick. That's all I wanted to know. Now I've got you, Mr. Clown.
The guy's like, now I got you, clown. I only resemble a clown. Okay, so the hotel must be right here. You think we should talk to the police? Would you guys talk to the police, or would you go put your life on the line and talk to Mr. Khan, who's known to have murdered a couple people? Well, at least we think one. All right, let's talk to the police. Oh, here's our
Just
friend.
dagger him and raw. You give him a sandwich.
Yes, correct.
Excuse me, Sergeant.
What do you want now?
Would you like to shake my hand, Sergeant?
Not while I'm on duty, monsieur. The gesture could be misconstrued.
Do you recognize this dirty tissue?
No, monsieur, I do not.
I found it in the sewer.
Perhaps it would be better if you put it back there.
No way. This could be an important clue.
He's an important
If you
clue.
say so, monsieur.
Just because.
Is Rosso here?
Yes, he is. You wish to speak to him?
Yes, I do.
One moment, monsieur. It's Stobart, monsieur. He insists on talking to you again.
Did he say what it was about?
No, monsieur.
Very well.
But he might try to shake your hand. Oh, damn, we don't even get
Hi,
to go back
Inspector,
there,
remember
huh?
me?
But of course, Mr. Stobart, my mind is a well-ordered faculty. A mental classification system that's the envy of the Bibliothèque Nationale. No tricks, mark you, monsieur. Just exercise. Just as our muscles waste through inactivity, so our minds decay. But there is no need. If only people would learn to exercise their wits
Oh, I thought you said
daily.
your wife,
If he was
Bailey.
trying to impress me, it worked.
Oh,
He was pompous and patronizing, but he had style.
Eh bien, if you called about the bombing, you're too late. Investigations have been closed.
Already?
But
I've been taken off the case.
Wow.
what about the murderer, the dead guy?
It is out of my hands.
Wow, they're moving fast.
Did you find out the ID of the guy who was killed in the explosion?
I already knew who he was.
I heard that the bomb victim's name was Plantar.
Your sources are reliable.
He was a big shot at the Treasury, wasn't he? Maybe that's why you've been taken off the case.
I'm sorry, monsieur. I cannot comment.
Don't you want to know what I found out about the killer?
I told you, monsieur, the case is closed. I have washed my hands of the whole affair.
Then I'll have to continue my investigations without your help.
No. You must forget the business of the clown completely. Go back to being an ordinary tourist, Stobard.
How in the hell can they close the case? Okay, that's it. We can no longer talk. Oh, hold on.
So long, Inspector.
Yeah, that's it. We cannot show anything to the inspector.
I found this red nose in the sewer.
What were you doing down there?
Fishing for clues. That's where the clown went.
You still insist you saw a clown, monsieur?
Of course. And this novelty nose proves it.
It will take more than a plastic proboscis to convince Inspector Rousseau.
You don't want this as evidence, then?
Certainly not, monsieur.
Do you know a man named Khan? He's a shifty-looking guy with a scar on his right cheek.
No, monsieur. Has this man any connection with the bombing of the cafe?
Yes. I believe Khan was the name he used when he hired the clown costume. Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, monsieur.
It's the guy who bombed the cafe. The clown.
This man looks nothing like a clown?
He's taken off his grease paint and costume.
Then there is nothing to link this man with the killing.
Nothing? Look at those murderous eyes.
Hardly likely to get him convicted.
Okay.
See you later, Sergeant.
Let's head over to the hotel now. We tried to do the right thing, and they not playing ball. Imelda is involved, by the way.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
Have you seen a clown?
Have you seen a guy dressed as a clown?
No, I ain't. Don't tell me I missed him. Oh, that's too bad. I love the clowns, don't you?
I've seen daytime television that was funnier.
I love it when the little guys get hurt.
That figures.
Custard pies, hose pipe down the pants, then smack! A plank in the kisser.
You ever meet a guy called Plantar?
No, I ain't.
You missed your chance. If you're quick, you'll catch him at the coroner's.
That's awful.
Do you happen to know a guy named Khan?
That ain't nobody I know.
You know what? Let's shake hands, shall we?
Shake my hand.
Nah.
Oh, rats.
Nobody wants to shake my hand.
Do you recognize this tissue? Think carefully now.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
I'm gonna have to hurry you.
Ooh.
Time's up, so I'll tell you. It's a used tissue with a liberal dump of Bestheimer's number 12.
If you say so.
Have you ever seen this clown's nose before?
Nope.
Do you recognize the guy in this photograph?
Is this a trick question?
No, I simply asked if you recognized him.
Okay then. No, I don't.
Maybe not. See you later.
Not if you see me first.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Oh, he looks like Snidely Whiplash. You know this guy's a criminal. Have you seen this clown?
I'm looking for a clown.
Are you trying to be funny?
No, I really am looking for a clown.
There are no clowns here except you.
Have you heard of a guy called Plantar?
No. That name means nothing to me.
Nothing.
Do you know a man by the name of Khan?
No, I don't.
It's very important I get to see him, and...
I told you. I don't know it.
I don't know him.
What does this tool suggest to you?
Hard labor.
Do you recognize the guy in this photograph?
No, I never saw it.
Have you ever seen this clown's nose before?
No.
I'll go to the inventory items.
Will you shake my hand?
Are you joking? Who knows where it has been?
What does this tissue mean to you?
Are you serious?
Oh, yes. Take a good look at the substance it's smeared with.
You are sick. Very sick.
Oh my god. Those who don't understand, you gotta know my personality. And the humor I find in little things. Alright, okay. Surely, and don't call me Shirley, one of these two schmoes must know something, right?
Hi there, ma'am.
Or her.
Well, hello.
Schmoette.
What can I do for you?
I'm looking for a man.
You disappoint me, my dear. For one foolish moment I thought... But never mind. Aren't you going to tell me your name?
George. George Stobart, ma'am.
How sweet! I once had a stable boy called George. I am Lady Piermont. The common reaction is to kneel and stutter, but it's not obligatory.
A real lady? I mean, you're an honest-to-God aristocrat?
Oh, I don't know about that. Few of my ancestors are honest, not even to God. I can trace my family back to the Normans, but don't let that intimidate you, George. Beneath that impressive pedigree, I'm just flesh and blood. The blood may be blue, but the flesh is the plump beef of old England, so to speak. You appear distracted, George. Is there any way I can help you?
Yes. Okay, so first of all, how about those two schmoes outside?
Did you know there's a gangster out front?
What makes you think he's a gangster?
The Italian suit and the bulge in his pocket?
I know plenty of men with Italian suits and bulges in their pockets. That doesn't necessarily make them gangsters.
I'm looking for a murderer.
Good heavens! You're a private detective.
That's correct, ma'am.
What's the term you Americans use? It's on the tip of my tongue.
I believe what you're thinking of is Dick.
Precisely.
Oh, frisky old lady!
Have you come across a man who calls himself Khan?
I am familiar with only one person named Khan.
Genghis Khan, the legendary Mongol barbarian chieftain?
No, darling. Kevin.
Kevin Khan? I never heard of him.
I'd be most surprised if you had, darling. He's a pharmacist in Hemel Hempstead. Organises fundraising for the Rotarians. Lovely man.
Does he have a scar on his cheek?
I really wouldn't know, sweetie.
Are you here in Paris on vacation?
No, darling, I'm on holiday. I needed to get away after Algy's funeral.
I didn't realize you were mourning the loss of a loved one.
I'm not. He was my husband.
I'm sorry to hear about your husband's death.
You wouldn't be if you knew him, my dear. It gave me the opportunity to take a well-deserved holiday. Daphne suggested a change of scenery. Paris, she said. A wild romance is just what you need to take your mind off the inquest. Well, the closest I came to romance was being wooed by a drunken Breton chef. I must say I was disappointed with his coq au vin. Not at all what I was expecting. I was thinking of cutting my holiday short, packing my bags and heading back to Hemel Hempstead. That was until last night.
What happened last night?
What happened to you last night?
I was stricken, Mr. Stobart. Cupid's arrow has cleft my bosom.
They couldn't really miss.
It was just as I'd always imagined it should be. The intimacy of candlelight. Romantic music tinkling across the room. And then, a stranger's glance.
He'd have a crescent moon on
Those
his
brooding
face.
eyes, that suave manner, those tight trousers. He was the man I'd been waiting for all my life.
I'm glad he finally turned up after all these years.
Ah, but it wasn't to be. He was merely toying with my affections. And if I ever catch up with him, he's dead.
Wow.
Who was the guy who led you on?
His name is Merlin.
Merlin.
Can you think of any use for this tool, ma'am?
Oh, I can think of someone I'd like to use it on.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
My God, it's him! That's Merlin!
She represented everything I loved about the English. The lady was totally deranged. Merlin? You mean King Arthur's wizard?
Good heavens, no! Monsieur Merlin is a fellow guest. He's the man I've been telling you about. That's the man who spurned me.
Oh no, not spurn.
The man you know as Merlin is a fake.
What do you mean, sweetie?
He's a murderer. He also uses the name Khan.
I am shocked, Mr. Stobart. Shaken. I took him to be a gentleman, a man of honor. You know, I'd rather like to assist you in stitching him up.
Do you know what this is?
At a guess, I'd say it was a clown's nose.
That's right. It was worn as a disguise by a vicious killer.
Ah, Mr. Merlin, perchance.
That's him. When did you last see Merlin?
It was no more than an hour ago. He came downstairs and spoke to that clerk chappie. Something passed hands. I couldn't see what exactly.
A briefcase?
No, smaller than that. A bundle of papers, perhaps. The clerk put it in the hotel safe and Merlin went out.
Are you sure you saw Merlin putting documents in the safe?
Yes, darling, positive.
I wonder what they were.
Obviously something of great importance.
Yeah. I'd sure like to get my hands on whatever it is. I'll bet they had something to do with Plantow's briefcase. Has Merlin returned to the hotel?
No, he hasn't. Are you going to search his room?
If I could get in there, I would. Does this tissue mean anything to you?
I'm no shrinking violet, but that object makes me feel quite queasy.
I just couldn't bring myself to use the buzzer on this dear lady.
Oh, it's great, it's great, it's great, it's great, it's great. Turtle, stop it, please. I can't even see the game. Oh, good Lord. There was something there. I'll read it afterwards, after we talk to this guy.
Excuse me, didn't I see your picture in the news?
Oh,
You're that
he's
Nobel
that
Prize
Nobel Prize
winner
guy.
from some unpronounceable Eastern European state.
Yes, that is me, in person.
I don't want to worry you, but have you had any threats on your life? You know, mysterious phone calls, letters made up of headlines cut from the newspaper.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you know a guy called Plantow?
I don't know anybody in Paris.
Oh, well, this guy's dead anyhow.
Why do you ask me about dead men? I have seen enough of death to last me a lifetime.
I'm, sure you have. Have you seen a clown?
I beg your pardon?
The clown. A guy in funny pants. Have you seen him?
My pants are from England. Marks and Spencer. They are a pleasure and a comfort to wear, with much support.
I'm real glad to hear that. You know, it's good to know you Nobel Prize winners are human too.
In my country, the people make do with string and egg cartoons.
For pants?
For everything. Oppression is the mother of ingenuity.
Of course, you know, because he's going to know about this.
Have you any idea what this tool might be used for?
I cannot guess.
Would it mean anything if I told you it was for lifting drain covers?
Such technology fills me with wonder.
Do you recognize this man? He calls himself Khan.
Yes, I know this man. Why do you carry his photograph?
I'm a private detective. What's your interest in Khan?
He is an enemy of my people.
Oh.
You know he's a killer.
Of course, amongst other things.
Would you help me investigate Khan?
That is not possible. My instructions are to observe. I cannot jeopardize my position as an honored guest of this country's government.
What does this clown's nose suggest to you?
In my country, we have no use for clowns.
I'm glad to hear it.
They were dealt with most severely in the last cultural cleansing.
Oh, gosh.
What about the mimes? Did you get them too?
All gone. Our streets are mime-free.
Sounds like heaven. Does this goo-smeared tissue mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
May I shake you by the hand?
I do not shake the hands of imperialist dogs.
Now that's a real bad attitude problem you've got there. Thanks for your help.
Okay, hang on.
Goodbye.
All right. Okay. Just saved it as the Hotel Ubuntu. Because we need to talk to the clerk, and that may take some time. So for now, I don't know how many safe spots we have, so we might actually be right over the top. Yeah, the Imperial Hotel of Dogs. Imperialist Dogs. All right. Yeah. Fine. My God, this is.